Good morning on day 10 of the walking portion of the 2026 Camino de Santiago. Making my way out of Cornelius del Camino, heading to Castro Harris today. And today will be very similar to yesterday. I've got 12.4 miles today. It's cool, cloudy, might be a little more sun today. About 41 degrees, gonna go to about 58. So I have my merino wool mid layer on again this morning. Very comfortable right now, so off to a good start. And today's song choice, I'm going with James Taylor's Fire and Rain. Great song, inward looking song about all kinds of life events he had, and probably all of us have had those kind of events by this stage in our lives. So it'll be a good song to have in my head on my first full day of walking across Meseta. So looking forward to today. Today should be a good day. And it's all good here. I'm gonna have an awesome day. And I hope you're doing well also. Buen Camino.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you.
Hola. Hey, today has been an awesome day. Weather was absolutely perfect. The route was gorgeous. Poppies were in abundance everywhere. Really, really good walk today. I had a good time today. Last night, had the communal dinner, which is always good there, and ended up sitting with 3 people from Holland, a guy from South Korea, and a lady from New Zealand. Had a blast, as peregrinos do, around the communal dinner. Sat for a long time, chatted, really had a good time. And today bumped into them multiple occasions, and actually ended up walking with the folks from Holland for quite a ways today. It was good, and bumped into the other 2 regularly as well, because we were just leapfrogging each other. And so had a lot of fun with them today, and also had some quiet time today, walking by myself, putting some thoughts together. And so thought I'd take a shot at kind of explaining what I'm doing here this year. So about a year or more ago, I realized that I just had an edge to me, and it persisted, and I'm trying to figure out what is going on with this. And so I started looking inside, checking it out, and fairly early on realized that there was a bunch of anger and a bunch of sadness. And so started working on that, and been doing that for a while. And just recently, like 3 days ago, I realized there was a sense of betrayal. And that was weird. That was unexpected. And I'm going to sit with that one for a while, because I am still getting my head wrapped around that. However, if that is the case, that adds a whole nother layer to what I have been working on for the past few months. And so as I have started working through this, realized lots of layers, multiple parts to work through. And just to be clear, it has nothing to do with my current life. Life is good, very happy where I am. Has absolutely nothing to do with anyone around me, family, friends, not even involved at all in the slightest. This is deep-seated, long ago kind of stuff. And so as I have been trying to get my head wrapped around it, I thought that walking the Meseta would obviously be the perfect place to try to pull some pieces together and figure out what's going on, and then move past it, because it's intrusive enough that I want to get rid of it. And so in trying to identify the various layers and components, one was just to figure out what was going on. And I think I'm pretty good on that. Certainly anger, certainly sadness. The sense of betrayal's a bit of a curveball. However, it feels appropriate, so I'll go with that for a while. So trying to finalize just what it is I'm dealing with, and then trying to figure out, where did this come from? What is the genesis of this? And I'm pretty close to that too. I think I may have figured that out. However, I want to spend some more time on that. And then lots of other parts, one of which is just to get rid of the stuff. And, you know, the Buddha within me will tell me to embrace those feelings, thank them for being a part of me, and then just gently let them go. And doesn't take anybody very smart to realize, yes, that is awesome. And there's lots of other steps that I need to go through before I get to that, but that certainly is a worthy goal and target. And so just trying to figure out the components has been an interesting process. And so what I've tried to do is just identify the various pieces so I can start tackling them. And I think I'm pretty close to some of it, yet I've got lots of steps to go with some of the rest of it before I can really let things go. And part of why I've tackled this, I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody else, is I want to be accountable. I want to find out what's going on, because I realize that it would be easy for me to say I'm angry. It would be easy for me to say I'm sad, but that is not accurate. I'm Dennis. I'm a sentient being that is, for good or worse, totally in charge of my emotions and my feelings. No one can make me mad. No one can make me angry. Nothing can make me angry. Me and me alone are in charge of feelings and emotions. And so I want to be accountable to address that head on and not play the blame game, point fingers at anybody or anything. Don't want to go there. And so I'm trying to meet this head on just to figure out what's been bugging me for a while. So that's one of the first steps, is to figure out what's going on and deal with it, and then finalize where it came from. And I think I'm pretty close to that. And then really start just figuring out what are the steps that I need to go through to let this go. And so that's kind of the pieces in front of me that I'm going to be working on. Part of this process has answered another question. I'm asked many times why I do the Camino, why I come back. And I've been struggling with that. I'm not really sure. Until now, I think I actually have the answer. Being on the Camino, walking the Camino, nourishes my soul. It just does. And by being over here, certainly once a year, I replenish some of my core values, core components: honesty, respect, curiosity, caring, compassion, a lot of the things that just get worn a little thin during the year, based on the world we live in. And so it is just so wonderful to come back once a year and just get replenished. It's good. And the process of that obviously nourishes my soul. And so that's been a nice thing to understand and realize. So now when people ask me why I do the Camino, I have an answer. So that's pretty cool. So making progress. I'll continue to work on it. Again, I understand this may not make any sense to anybody else. However, it's important to me to figure this out, be accountable, and deal with it appropriately. So that's what I'm doing. Today was awesome. Got a lot of thinking done today, which is why I'm bringing it up now. And looking forward to the next steps. So I had an incredible day. I hope you did as well. And buen camino.